Here, you know, with all these marches and things, it's not really helping our economy. They should come up with an economy solution. Quit trying to go backwards to try to overturn a vote that's already been settled. You know, people, jobs are shutting down. We got companies that are going out of business. Bourbons, you know, Circuit City, Fazios. I think Cedar Corp just talked about laying off a group of people. Post office, 40,000 people. The banks being bought out. You know, you saw Countrywide being bought out by Bank of America, Washington Mutual being taken over by Chase. I mean, when is it going to end? I mean, who are we going to bail out next?
You know what? And this way, you know what? Honestly, the Congress is getting tired of this whole bailout wave.
I think they are too.
They get tired of it.
And they haven't really bailed anyone out yet. Is the thing. No one's really been bailed out. Not the housing market. Not. You know,
it's like they got all this money, they're sitting on it, like, you got to come to us, you know, come to us, we got the money. Well, look, do something with it, give it to the right people so things can change, you know. You know, you have the auto industry coming up to your face trying to get some money from you. I don't know what they're going to do about that.
You know what, and this is my thing about that, right? The auto, I've heard so much research about the auto industry. It has a history of being run badly, the shops being run poorly, so many things. When they introduced hybrid cars, the big three were the first ones against it. What I'm saying is that when these guys come to Congress, they're asking to be bailed out, but it's what will it change? Will it change? Will they come back in another 3 or 4 months and need more money because they were not able to handle it correctly? I think that's one of the things we have to think about, and I think that's one of the things that they're thinking about. These guys, when they came to Congress, they came on their big corporate jets. Flying in, and one of them said it. You know, it's like you get off your corporate plane with 10 cups in your hands. You know.
Oh yeah, right. That's funny.
Yeah.
Like, please give me something.
Please give us something. Oh, we're so poor.
You know, and the funny thing is that, you know, we look at who we're bailing out, and it's like the world market is watching us, and everything we do, you know, they try to copy us. So we bail out a bank, and then, you know, they bail out a bank, and I'm not really sure if that's really the right thing to do.
Right, and I think we're struggling. The world is waiting to see what we're going to do, to see what place we're really going to fall in, as far as, you know, the world order, because our economy means. It is the meaning of where we'll be. Will depend on where we'll be. And it means it's so important that we get things together and that we make the right decisions, that we do the right things. And I think that we need to clean house. We need to, you know, the Lord always talks about cleansing. We need to clean up.
Oh yeah.
It is a really big mess in there.
Well, you know what? I think that one of the things we're showing the nation is how greedy Americans are. We're showing them how we are so into putting ourselves first that we have dragged everybody else down with it. In the order that you're talking about, the world, they're even trying to exclude us. You know, they want to build an economy without America in it. And people might not know that, but they're trying to get us out of the economy because it's our fault. Everybody sees it. They see the greed. They see when we, as taxpayers, bail out these big companies and they go on vacation.
Yeah, you know, the thing is, their economies are strong because we are consumers. You know, they can make products and send it to us and they know we're going to buy it. Because we don't know how to really, and I won't say we won't know how, I just say we don't deny ourselves. Whatever we see, we want. I think they call that covetousness. Whatever you see, you like. I remember God saying, the Lord says, you know, beware of covetousness. I think we forgot to beware of it because, you know, I'm just as guilty as anybody else. I want a big house. I want a big car. I want, you know, fine clothes and eat the best food. I mean, and that's what we do in our nation. The poorest person in our nation is richer than some of the richest people in some of these other countries.
Well, you know what? I think that now Obama, when he ran, one of his biggest things was change. He changed for America. America does need to change. One of the things they're talking about with the automakers is if we bail them out, if we don't bail them out, they'll go into bankruptcy and they might not be able to make it back in, or they might be able to restructure, change the way they operate, and come back even better. We're in a place right now where we are being forced to look at where we are. We are being forced to look at where this greed is taking us. And
who are we?
And think about it. They said all we had to do was live, die, and pay taxes. We are no longer doing that. We are so worried about, are we going to be able to buy food in 10 years? Am I going to still afford a car? Is my child going to be able to finish school? Can I actually play? This is all stuff that we are now, because of our greed, into, and it's really gotten out of hand.
I believe, though, that we will be able to feed our families. Our economy is not going to go down to nothing. It will bounce back. I think the real issue one of the other issues we have to look at that we're going to have to be faced with is staying on top. We are a nation that's #1 in the world. We've been #1 for a long time. The world has respected us that way, and Obama coming into the presidency is going to have to maintain that status. We cannot allow to let our defenses down. We cannot allow ourselves to seem weak to the rest of the world, because they will try to take advantage of us. They will try to have a world economy without us, and when right now the whole world economy is based around us.
Right. And one thing Leah said, you said that the homosexuals or the homosexual agenda were, the people of the homosexual agenda were watching to see who won the election. And when Obama won, it kind of gave them that ammunition to say, okay, hey, we got this. All we got to do is do the right thing. Protest, 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 and he's in the office. What else is he going to do? Right,
because he supports them. Right. They know that he supports them.
Right.
And, you know, all the different things that he supports that I think is really going to hurt our nation.
Right. But more than that, I think the world watched him. The world watched him
they did.
lead up to this point where he was elected, because they listened to his policies. They listened to what he was going to do for our defenses. They listened to what he was going to do in the war, in all these different areas that we're struggling in across the world. And now that he is in office, we see him, and he is faced with world leaders who are really, really giving him their demands.
Yeah, you know, we see some of these world leaders are actually openly disrespecting him.
Openly.
And because they're going to see what he's going to do when he comes in office,
Yeah.
whether he's going to talk tough or whether he's going to, you know, sit down at the
scared in the
bargaining
corner.
table and just reason together. You know, some of these folks, you can't really reason with them.
No.
Right.
And, you know, and we look at the people that he's put in office around him. I hope that he has enough guts and to stand up and be what we need him to be as a president representing this nation.
Well, you know what? I think that one of the things we're going to have to be, especially as Christians in this nation, is we're going to have to be as resilient as the things that are coming against us. Just like with the homosexuals who are protesting, the fact that they lost their protesting, we have to be as resilient as what we're doing, as far as praying, as far as standing up, as far as not just letting this stuff go. Yeah.
Right.
You know, when Pastor said about how, you know, if we can do it as nation per nation, nation to nation doing it. You know the movie Independence Day?
Yes.
When they had bombed everything, and so they were trying to figure out how are we going to get these guys. America didn't do it on their own. They pulled China in. They pulled all these different countries in to beat this one issue.
Yeah, but I think where we are right now, we don't have that ability to pull the countries in unless they respect your leadership. And that's the issue that we're dealing with. If the countries around us don't respect the president-elect, then they're not going to rally with you. No one's going to rally behind you if they don't respect you. We're so glad that you can join in with us for nationalopinionnews.com. That's news with a Z. Real talk, no fluff, opinions that matter. We are broadcasting every week at 4 o'clock here on KXXT 1010. We just want you to come online at nationalopinionnews.com and blog your opinions about the issues that we're discussing. We'll be glad to talk about your opinions on the air. Please go online and look at nationalopinionnews.com and see the broadcast physically. You can see it. This broadcast has been sponsored by Shilla Faith Christian Center, a place where you can come and let your lives be developed and changed according to the power of God. Thank you again, in Jesus' name.